Hi, Thrand here.
Ayo, okay.
And today we have a special treat. We have the Sarissa, and it's named after an ancient Greek pole weapon, a pole arm, like a spear. That was the one who came after the dory and replaced it for a long period there because of King Philip II of Macedonia. Alexander the Great's father, and Alexander actually used these pike-type formations. They were extremely long spears. They were anywhere from 3 meters to 7, which means they were anywhere from, about 13 to 21 feet long, somewhere in that range, which was longer than the dory, because the dory was like 2.4, 2.5 meters long, which is approximately, 8 to 10? Yeah, 8 to 10 feet.
Yeah,
8 to 10 feet.
That's more accurate, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, the idea behind that is they went to the smaller shield instead of the large. Sorry to go through the whole history here, but still the large, because we did a video on this thing, guys. But instead of the large aspis that was 3 feet and strapped on, they went to a small buckler type shield so they could use both hands on this pike. However they were going to use it, they could use it, and they still had protection. They had a pelta, is what they called it. So it's kind of like the pelta shield, the little one that they had. But it was a round shield, and it was very much like the aspis, just smaller. But that was so they had use of both hands. A lot of times they'd have it hung too, because it was kind of heavy for the size. But that was so they could have these large phalanx pike formations. So I think it's a very elegant name for this. I think they did a great job, because it's the longest one that Flying Steel makes is the Sarissa, which, and it was designed and crafted originally by Houzan Suzuki, Houzan Suzuki of the Mumyou-Ryu throwing school, and it throws very well. Now, some of the other videos I did try it, and I had some problems with over-rotation, but it was quite front-heavy, and it was ridiculous. Well, if you notice all of Houzan Suzuki's videos, he wraps his blades to get the exact right balance that he needs. So that's what I did. I took the liberty of wrapping them. I talked to Flying Steel. They said, yes, go right ahead.
They recommend wrapping.
Yes, especially for this blade, because to make something this long, and this is tool steel. You're not going to lose your point. You can hit metal or anything. If it's softer steel, this point's probably not going to go away. The newer models also have a more tapered design. This one's rounded. It's one of the earlier designs, I believe. I think you can still get it this way if you request it. They'll do anything by request. I think this works really good for sticking into wood, but they now have one that's, what would you call it if it's a pyramided shape? I guess a pyramid type.
Like a wedge.
Yeah, it's all angular, the new one, with the same point. The point at the very tip is the same, this one's rounded here. But these are excellent. They got a great balance. We're going to throw them today, see how they perform for us. They should have a lot longer throwing range. Hopefully, I'm not the master of long range. I like throwing long range at times, but we'll see how well these things perform. And you can use any of the throwing styles with the index finger, the middle finger. I forget the actual Japanese names, but I normally prefer this one a lot. I guess if you wanted, you could even use the style where some people do the knife throwing, where they kind of brush it. So you could use these in lots of different ways. They're for quarter spin or no spin, which everybody knows quarter spin's actually misnomer in some ways. It's quarter spin because it flies and falls into place depending on what range it is. You can actually throw it flat if you use too much control and mess up, or you can overspin sideways. So sorry about the long intro, but I wanted to introduce these properly, and I love the name. The Sarissa is an awesome name for it. This is the longest they make, though, 11.5 inches, I believe, compared to, let's show you a comparison, the SWH, which is hollow ground and already balanced. You pretty much don't need to wrap these, depending on your hand and so on. You're not going to need a wrapping on these. We threw these in the other video. They made me feel like 10 times better than I actually am due to the way they're put together. So.
They look brutal, man. I can't wait to see those get thrown.
These are about, these are like 8.5 inches or 9 inches, something like that. Gives you an idea of the difference. Anyway.
Well, before we move on, guys, I know a lot of you are waiting on that knife defense video that we've been promising. We've had some inclement weather, lots of heavy. We've had lots of heavy downpours, lots of thunder and lightning. Not exactly conducive to producing a good video for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. That should be coming out sometime this week, weather permitting. Well, yeah, we do need a cameraman too. This
he didn't
is something
show up
that,
or couldn't show up.
Right, cameraman is somebody, you got to have somebody that can kind of move with the motion of knife defense. So we apologize for the delay on that, but it is coming. We already have it all in the works. We just have to have good weather and a camera operator. So
Most definitely.
be on the lookout for that. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. That's YouTube channel tagging Thrand. And don't forget about Patreon either. You always donate to us at Patreon. It always helps us produce better videos for you. The more donations we get, the better our materials are, and the more satisfied you're going to be.
And if you want stuff reviewed like this, and you send us something as a sample, like Flying Steel did, and you're gracious enough to send us something very nice like this, we will review it. I don't care what the product does. We're going to give an actual, accurate review and explain what we think it's good for and how well it is made, and demo it if it's something we can demo. So we shall start now and see what we can do with these.
Hell yeah.
Have a nice long range to them. Trying to get used to these things, I might throw again real quick. Alright, let's see the balance of these and how well they throw. Oh, see if we get closer to that. Maybe for a little disc, trying to honor Houzan Suzuki, I did not hit it. Got about 20-something feet. A little closer. A rotation. I think that was pretty cool, dude. Better, right? Oh! We hit it, but somehow it bounced out. Oh well. Yeah. So I don't have another disc. We finally hit it, but I think somehow it caused it to skip as it busted and bounce out. So probably my bad on the angle. We did hit it though. Well, we hit our can, but it was elusive and moved. I think that was good throwing. Look at these. The accuracy is extreme. I missed one by about a ½ inch or so, or an inch. And then this one hit it, but the can moved on us. So I think it's going to be very difficult to get through a can. Oh, there we go. I just wanted to see if it was possible. So a very light can. We hit it right on. Of course, there's no skill. I mean, like, this doesn't take special power to puncture a can, but it was coming through. Shows the accuracies. I know this isn't a long ways away. This is probably about 15 feet or so when I was over here, but still, not a bad accuracy type thing. Oh, there we go. I just wanted to see if it was possible. So a very light can. We hit it right on. Of course, there's no skill. I mean, like, this doesn't take special power to puncture a can, but it was coming through. Shows the accuracies. I know this isn't a long ways away. This is probably about 15 feet or so when I was over here, but still, not a bad accuracy type thing. Test it out. Oh, my bad, because I'm hitting a platform. We got another one through the can, though. This one went clean through. So this gives you an idea what you're throwing. They're not bad at all. Alrighty guys, we've got the same police helmet out of our first video. We tested the other Shuriken on it. It went in pretty deep. We're going to test these heavier ones, see if I can get a good hit on it. It's an old World War I police helmet, we believe. We're not sure who used it, what branch, what country. I mean, I'm sure they spoke English. But if anybody knows anything about it, let us know. I mean, as far as I know, it wasn't worth a lot of money. It was given to me already slightly damaged and for testing. That's what it was given for. So for all I know, I may be destroying something worth $10,000. I don't know. I hope not. It would be hard. But I think a lot of cool videos if it was worth that much. So let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can get a good penetration on this. Oh, that hit good. But as usual, it bounced up on us. Let's see what we got with it. Figure out what it hit. Seems to move this up. Ah, I think we got it right here. Which at that angle wasn't perfect, but if you see, there's a hole in it. And that angle caused it to kick up. So let's try it one more time, see if we can do better than that. Oh, I saw that go in and come out. That's going to be a nice penetration, even though it hit at an angle. Yeah, not bad at all. Of course, we didn't do that downward angle thing either we did with the other one. But I doubt the smaller one would have stuck that well due to the weight. So see how you get something more substantial like right in the center. Oh. Don't know what it hit, but it hit something. Yeah. Strap seems to be interfering with it somehow. Oh, now that is what I was going for. I hit the target I'm aiming at, and it looks like we got a penetration. Let's see how good. It actually stayed in there, and we'll see how deep. Oh, yeah. All the way through. I mean, not deep enough to go into a head or something. But, I mean, that was bullseye right on. These things are definitely accurate. I love them. So, okay, Houzan Suzuki, we love you, man. This is some awesome stuff you created here. This is the best throwing implements I've ever thrown. I'm sorry. I could have done that with my cheap Bo Shuriken I made out of soft steel, you know, the nails in the other video we used. There's no way. I think that's very substantial, considering the steel is kind of soft, but it's not that soft. It's a pretty nice helmet. It's pretty heavy gauge. Like I said, if anybody knows anything about this helmet, as you can see, it's real. I mean, this is all real strapping stuff. Somebody didn't make this for a novelty. But when I got it, for some reason, somebody had drilled a hole in it here and over here. I don't know. I think they had made something out of it and put something funny on it or something, and he removed it and just gave it to me as something to test as an antique. But since that damage was there, I don't think it was worth very much in the conditions. But I think that was a beautiful penetration, considering it had time to move and so on, and it actually stayed impaled. Much better than the can test. Oh. That was a long range throw, but I was kind of off there. I was trying to hit this and I hit about here. But still a very nice throw. It wasn't that far off for that kind of range. When you get that kind of, because it was about here when the wind was moving it. Yeah, we only got off a couple of inches, not too shabby. Not bad. So you can throw it end over end as well.
Yeah,
more revolutions.
Where the balance is actually tipping over your hand.
Correct. Well, just to say that, most throwing implements that are balanced can be thrown either way. I mean, it's still like a throwing knife. It's just that these are specifically designed for quarter spin and no spin. But as
just
demonstrated,
a recommendation to the viewers out there: if you try and throw it where the balance is right on, and you want to throw an end over end revolution, it's not going to stick well. So I'm finding that it works better to hold it further back, and then.
Oh, that's pretty nice, Elgrim.
Damn. You know, I never even throw like this, ever. I've always thrown that Western style. I'm telling you, these are so great even for a beginner with that no spin throwing.
Very nice. Get a little rotation. That's not a big deal, really.
I'm telling you.
I'd say for being brand new at it and then doing a quarter spin like that, that was beautiful. Elgrim.
I can see why you like these so much, Thrand. I really can. And I'm a beginner at throwing in that fashion with that quarter or no spin throw.
Yeah, he just did that in this video. First time.
First time I ever thrown like that. I always throw in that Western fashion, but man, you just got to push it right off that balance and it flies beautifully.
Yeah, they're like mini javelins. I don't think the actual Sarissa was used that way, but I mean the Dory. I've been doing some research just to hint in our new video. We're going to do a wrap up of that. The actual dory, maybe in single combat, was thrown sometimes because there's some references to actually using a dory. I don't know exactly by the Spartans, but by the Greeks, and putting a throwing lanyard on it, pretty much.
You know,
so that'd be interesting in our next video if we bring that into play in the combat, single combat.
Just, I mean, they rest so beautifully. It's
definitely
almost a sin to let it go.
Oh, well, the way we wrapped them to get that balance, and it's perfect. But feel free to do that, guys. When you get these, they're not going to be just right for your hand. I wrapped them for my hand, and Ilgrim's hands are about the same size. So it turned out excellent. I think you did great with those.
Beautiful. I mean, dang, I'm going to start throwing like that now.
Oh, definitely. I want to see how you progress as we get into the next videos and we do some more. That's a hint for Flying Steel. If you have anything else you want to send us, it would be an honor for us to demonstrate them and review them.
It'd be a privilege. I mean, these are amazing. Flying Steel, thank you for introducing me to this kind of throwing style just by sending these to us. I found a whole new hobby.